Hi guys, welcome back. I have another reaction video for you, and today it's a real treat because it is the absolute gorgeous Dove Cameron. She is on Harper's Bazaar. Go to Bed With Me. You guys know I love that series. I'm gonna put a link below to the original video, which you guys should absolutely watch. I always tell people you should watch those videos because it's because of them that we have these. So you wanna support Harper's Bazaar too. I'm excited to see this routine. I feel like she has really come a long way. She's really becoming, you know, this young, beautiful actress and celebrity and everything, and she's got this beautiful skin. So I really am curious to see what she's gonna do with her skincare routine. So let's get started. So, this is at-home videos, you guys. I'm not made for this. So, I'm actually gonna stop her because first off, this is how I've been feeling in my own little bathroom. I've been shooting in my office bathroom, which is like a teeny, teeny, tiny bathroom, all those routines that I've been shooting for you. I think I'm gonna take it into a bigger bathroom for my next few. But I know exactly how this feels. My camera drops and stuff. It's not fun being all by yourself. And I have to tell you, I miss my team so very much. The Mix Makeup team makes everything look so good, and I appreciate them so much more now. I always did appreciate my team though. My first step in getting on ready is to slip on this super cute, where's this from? It's from Slip. I love Slip. Okay, hold on. Never looks cute going on. Okay, so first off, I washed my hands. I've definitely gotten more conscious about that since being in quarantine, but also, I don't know, I'm such a germaphobe. Like, I feel like you touch so many things and there's so much like dirt and oil and stuff like that. So I never like to touch my face until I've washed my hands, so BRB. Now that I have clean hands, I know you guys probably love that because I know I see the comments all the time of you saying, why don't people wash their hands before? There you go, she's washing her hands. I will point one thing out though, if you are a true germaphobe, if it really does matter to you, having long nails, those are traps. Long nails are traps for bacteria, dirt, all that kind of stuff. So it's just something to keep in mind. If you're truly a germaphobe and it matters to you, maybe file those nails down too. I always start, I never do a pre-cleanse. This is all I ever need. This is my favorite cleanser ever. I have really dry skin. I do get a little oily, kind of like in here and here, a little bit in here. But it's so hard for me to keep my skin hydrated. I have to go to like the ultimate, like I have to do the most just to keep my skin hydrated. So this cleansing oil is literally like the consistency of like a light olive oil. It's so oily. It is so good for my skin. I find that like I don't get blackheads, I don't get anything, and it just melts my makeup off like nothing. You see that? Ooh, baby. I love that shit. So I do this before I take my eye makeup off. I don't know why. There's no real reason. Watch, you guys are gonna see me go from eyebrows to no eyebrows. I have such blonde eyebrows. Does anybody else have this? Like around the edge of your eyebrows? They're really light. Because when I get them tinted every once in a while. I'm like, oh my God, I have eyebrows. My whole life I thought I didn't have eyebrows, but it just turns out that they're like selectively really blonde. I forgot. So I love that she told us what her skin type is. You know, that always helps us really understand and navigate with her through her skincare routine. She says she's got dry skin. It sounds like she's got really, really dry skin. She says that she gets like some oily spots here. That means that your skin is basically just doing what it's supposed to do. But to say that she's got dry skin tells us a lot. So she's going in first with the cleansing oil. I don't want that to feel like if you don't have dry skin that you can't use a cleansing oil, because I think that is the assumption when it comes to cleansing oil. Cleansing oil might not work for everybody, but what I do find is most people tend to do well with a double cleanse, with the first cleanse that is an oil-based cleanse. So whether it's this type of an oil or it's an actual balm, as long as you find the right types of oil, then it actually might work out well for you. If you felt like an oil cleanser actually clogged your pores or made your skin feel more oily, then maybe it had too much oleic acid. And if you have clogged pores, you do have acne, look for oils that have linoleic acid. I have a routine actually that I put up for people with clogged pores, and I talk a little bit more about this in that video. So do a little bit more research on the types of oils that might work for you. So I want to point that out. I don't want you guys to be worried that if you don't have dry skin, you can't use an oil cleanser. You absolutely can. The second thing I want to point out is when you use an oil cleanser, one of the main reasons to use it is to get your eye makeup off, to help loosen and soften it. So you can be gentle with your eyes and your skin. You know, you don't want to tug. That's kind of the whole thing that I've been trying to preach to you guys, is you want to be very gentle with your skin. Treat it like it's a baby skin. So when you use an oil cleanser to start, that's your chance to really go in there and melt down that makeup. It might not take it all off, but that's why you go in with your second cleanse. So I'm curious to see what it is that she's gonna do next to remove her actual eye makeup, because that's the makeup that's the hardest to get off. So I'm very curious. This one I have not tried, and to be honest, I haven't used these oils for a long time, this brand for a long time, because they're a little bit harder to get in the US now. You can get it from their website. I think you can get it from like Amazon and stuff too. This is the brand that really got this started. This one in particular, I don't know exactly the oils in it. I couldn't find the exact ingredients list in this. I'm sure it's good, honestly. Their cleansing oils are really nice cleansing oils. Also, side note, dyeing your brows is life-changing for everyone, even brunettes. The first time I actually had my brows dyed, it changed everything, because it turns out we have all these little peach fuzzy hairs too that don't stand out, and when you dye your brows, when you color your brows, it makes all of it stand out. So your brows look like they're a little bit fuller, just so you guys know.
I'll say this at the start, but if I count this, I think this is a 12-step nighttime routine. It's a little excessive, but I'm getting a little fancy for you guys because I want to show you the full extent of my nighttime routine. I've said that
I appreciate that she told you guys that this is kind of getting, you know, a little bit more fancy than usual and stuff, because I suspect that's what happens for a lot of these routines. That's why it seems like they're sometimes too elaborate or a little too intense, or maybe they don't really understand how the products work. I get the sense that most of the time they're really just bringing out their fancy stuff for us, which I get that. So I appreciate that she told us that this is a little bit more fancy than she usually would be. I love that she counted her slip headband, because I love silk. I like having a silk headband. I like having just a headband when I do most of my skincare routines. It just feels nice. It just feels like it's all part of the routine.
I don't use makeup wipes in the past. What I meant is I don't use it on my skin. I definitely need makeup wipes to get all of my eye makeup off.
Fuck, it was going so well. It was going so well. I mean, in the sense of she had silk. She used the Shu Uemura cleansing oil. I actually suspected this was gonna happen. She's going in with the makeup wipe. I guess I should let her finish. Calm down, Susan.
And you can see my little individual lashes falling. If I'm going for like a full look, what I do, as you can see, is I wear like 3 little individual lashes just on the corner, just to give you that little bit of like a lift at the corner of the eye. These are my absolute favorite makeup removing wipes. The Neutrogena Makeup Remover Cleansing Towelettes. Every other makeup removing wipe I try to use, it makes my eyes hurt. Maybe their towels are really rough, maybe their solution's just not very strong, but I find myself like rubbing my eyes to the point that they hurt.
You guys know how I feel about makeup wipes. I'm not gonna get into it again. The only question I have is, honestly, why? Right? She already went in with a really great oil cleanser. She could have taken her eye makeup off with that. I don't know if she knows that, but it's true. You can just take your eye makeup off with that, and it's so much more gentle on your eyes. So that's all I'm gonna say. I'm not gonna harp on it.
Next up, once I've got my eye makeup off, is this unbelievable serum, Dr. Barbara Sturm Molecular Cosmetics Hyaluronic Serum. As you can tell, I'm almost completely.
It's like we're going back in time watching this routine. Dr. Barbara Sturm Hyaluronic Acid Serum. You guys know how I feel about this. No hyaluronic acid serum needs to be this expensive. Not one. Most products don't need to be this expensive. We've talked about this too. You can be fancy if you want to. I just want you guys to know there's definitely no need to spend this much money on a hyaluronic acid serum. It's truly the only luxury product that I'm ever like, why? You must hate your money. You must hate your money, or you get it for free. One or the other. Also, I want to point out, sorry, I went off on a little rant when I saw the Barbara Sturm hyaluronic acid serum. One thing I do want to point out is that I should have known, she said this actually in the beginning, that she likes to only cleanse with the oil cleanser. The reason to wash your face with a actual cleanser, with a water-based cleanser after you use an oil-based one, is because it's truly, the oil cleanser is not there to completely cleanse your skin. It's to help break everything down. So you then want to go in and cleanse all of that off of your face. That's truly the method. Your cleanse is the basis of your entire skincare routine. And you know, sometimes, I know I tell you guys sometimes that you don't have to wash your face in the morning if you don't really feel like you need it, if you have sensitive skin, any of that. Sometimes you don't really need to wash your face in the morning. But I always hear estheticians say that they prefer people wash their face in the morning. And while it's a different philosophy from mine, I understand exactly where they're coming from. Your cleanse is the base of your it's the basis of your skincare routine. So if you don't have clean skin, everything you put on after that doesn't really matter. You're not using any of your products to their full effect. So that's just something to keep in mind. Cleansing your skin the right way is it's just so important for your skin, you guys. It really is. It's more important than you can imagine.
I use this stuff night and day, and I use it just directly following my cleansing ritual. Say it like I'm super fancy, my cleansing ritual. And I always put it on the back of my hand because I have this weird thing with that. It's so nice. I have this weird thing where I feel like if I put it in my palm, it like sinks into my palm. I don't know if that's true or I'm making it up, but I kind of start on my cheeks and I work my way up. I don't understand how people do that thing where they like squeeze it into their palms and then they like rub them together and then they just like pat it. I'm always like, my OCD kicks in. I'm like, there's no way that you're getting it everywhere it needs to go. I just let that kind of sit for a minute. It's a little jelly, but it's so nice. It like makes it feel so like moist and plump. I don't even know what hyaluronic serum does. I just know that you are absolutely supposed to work it into your skincare routine. So what is that, step 3? Are you guys counting at home? So while I'm waiting for that,
just so you guys know, you don't need hyaluronic acid serum in your life, and a lot of your products probably already have it in the formulas. That said, it can be very beneficial. For someone like her who has dry skin, you might want to add hyaluronic acid into your routine. If you have mature skin, if you want more firmness, anything like that, hyaluronic acid is there to help hydrate your skin a little bit, but it's also there to help make your skin feel like it's plumper and firmer. That's truly one of the things that hyaluronic acid does. Do you need it? No. Do you like it? Sure. A lot of people love having hyaluronic acid serum in their routines. As far as the way you apply your skincare, honestly, as long as you're using your skincare products and you're putting on the right amount, you good.
To sink in, I will brush my teeth. I've been using this really cute toothbrush lately. I picked it up just before quarantine. Quip. How cute is this? It's just like a little... I have this really big problem with like massive plug-in electronic toothbrushes. Something about them makes me not want to use them. I'm like, it's too much, I can't commit. But I always like to buy.
How massive are these toothbrushes? I have a Sonicare, and it's not massive, I promise you. I take it with me whenever I travel and everything. It's not big. It's pretty much the same size as that. Huh?
I feel her.
Really?
Because the quips are at least cute.
Have you seen my Sonicare?
I think so.
The base is this big.
I just think it's an ugly toothbrush.
That's fine to call it an ugly tooth. We're having an argument over here. This is Carly over here behind the camera, and she actually sides with Dove on this. My Sonicare, the base is like this big, and then there's just a toothbrush on it. It's just a toothbrush. She's shaking her head.
It's ugly. Team Quip, baby.
I buy those like $5 toothbrushes. They just feel nicer. I don't know. So this is like a cute little blend for me. Next up, I've been using...
You know what I forgot, you guys? While I just like looked at her face and saw that it was like nice and clean here, and then it's not on her neck. She never cleansed her neck either. Dove, cleanse your neck. Besides not cleansing her neck though, the thing I wanted to point out was she said that she likes her hyaluronic acid to dry on her skin. I don't know who's giving them this information. I am starting to see this as becoming a trend now. This is becoming one of the next things in skincare that we're pointing out that is wrong. The way hyaluronic acid works is it attracts water. So it's either attracting water from the air, from the environment around you, or it's attracting from the products that you put on top of it, which are usually water-based like a moisturizer, or it's taking from the bottom layers of your skin where it's bringing the water up. And in some ways, hyaluronic acid is doing a combination of all of these things, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But when you let it just dry like that, and if the air happens to be dry around you, then what it's doing is it is taking the water from your lower levels of your skin. So you want to make sure that your skin is not dry when you put hyaluronic acid on. You want to put on your next products. So you keep that hydration locked into your skin and you don't let it escape. And that's especially important for someone like her who says that she has really dry skin. This could be contributing to that dry skin because it needs to have water. It needs to attract water from somewhere.
Lately, just since quarantine, this Mario Badescu vitamin C serum. Do you ever feel like there's a product mentioned in the world by somebody that you see and then suddenly it's everywhere? Vitamin C serum was that for me. All of a sudden it's just everywhere. I started using it because...
Can I tell you what I think is going to be the next thing if it's not already? It actually is already. It's niacinamide. I think everyone is going to have niacinamide in their skincare routine and they're going to know it. because you probably have had it in your skincare routine and didn't actually know it. Now I think everyone's gonna be buying niacinamide.
I heard it was really good for cell turnover. I could be totally making that up. I'm gonna end up on one of those like esthetician reviews of Cameron's skincare routine, and she's like, no, that's not what it does.
First off, I feel seen. I feel like she's talking about me because she said she. I'm shooting this right now, and I don't know if Hiram is like literally sitting at his desk right now and shooting the same exact video, but Hiram, let's compare notes after this. But one thing to know is that I am not an esthetician, but I do know my skincare, you guys. I have been in this industry for a very, very long time. I know a lot of what's going on behind the scenes, and I know my products. There's no one that can challenge me to skincare products. Come at me, come at me. I got this. But Deb, if you do watch this, I just want to perfect that skincare routine. Send me a DM, I will answer you. I will answer you and we'll get it perfect. But you're gorgeous. So let's just take care of that skin.
But I do know it's really good for anti-aging. They say it's really good for skin brightening, which I can get a little dull, especially if I'm really short-slept or like I've been inside for a month and a half or something. After I have put my first serum on,
I love that she's using a vitamin C. You know, I love my vitamin C. I prefer to use it in the morning so that I can, you know, pair it up with my sunscreen and get that extra protection. What's interesting about this one is that it's actually a vitamin C derivative, so it's even more gentle for the skin. This is more of an oil-based vitamin C, so this isn't for everybody, in my opinion. This has castor oil in it, so it can be a little bit thicker feeling or a little heavier feeling, I guess, for some people. So in some ways it's more of like a texture thing, like if you're sensitive to that. So if you have a preference, then you might not like this. I know a lot of people rag on this brand, Mario Badescu. You know what really got them going and what got them started was that spot treatment, their Zit spot treatment. It used to be one of my holy grails when I was younger. I used to use it all the time. And I think that their pricing is pretty decent, and I think that's why they've made their way into mainstream, and we end up seeing it a lot. And you know, when I lived in New York City, I remember I could go in and get a facial, so I remember thinking like, this is the way to go. And sometimes it's all just marketing, you guys. But is this a terrible product? No. Is it a great product? It's probably not one that I would choose, but I like that she's trying out actives. She's probably gonna find that this one's a little bit more gentle for her skin, and hopefully this will be her gateway into using a real vitamin C afterwards. And maybe she'll stick with this because she'll like it enough. But right now, while we're in self-quarantine, this is a great time to test out actives. So I'm glad that she's using this, and I'm glad that she's testing it out. Why not?
I will let it sit there for a minute. And then I learned this trick on set when I was like 18 years old on a movie. Basically, I was working with this makeup artist who used to be an esthetician, and she insisted on taking our makeup off every night because she said that she was responsible for the state of our skin and she didn't want to be covering up zits. And I was like, I'm not gonna complain. You do your thing. But she took our makeup off every night, and then she put some serums in, and what she would do, the first time she did it, I was like, what the f is happening? But she would work her way up our face and sort of like softly slap us with her fingertips, and she said it just brought blood flow to the surface and it helped the serum seep in. Maybe she was just taking out her aggression on us. I don't know. I still do it. It kind of feels nice, weirdly.
I love that. I want to know who that makeup artist / esthetician is because I love that. I love that this makeup artist was like, I am in charge of your skin, and she knows good skin is the base for beautiful makeup, and so she would take care of their skin. I just love that so much. I love that she was trying to educate them too. The little slapping and everything, gentle slapping is totally fine. It really does bring back that blood flow, that circulation into your skin. You know, if you think about like gravity, you know, over time, especially, your circulation just gets slower and it's not as good, along with all the other things that start to slow down when you get older. So you want to bring that circulation back into your skin and get that rosiness and everything. And so that's absolutely a great way to do it. You have to be gentle. You don't need to beat your face up. You don't want to. But gentle patting is a great way to get that circulation going.
After that, I will quickly follow with this Creme Riche Velvet Moisturizing Cream from Tata Harper. As you can tell, I love it so much. I'm basically out. It's super, super rich. I don't know if you guys can tell, but it's like, I always say it's like pancake batter. It smells unbelievable. And I just put a little bit to my face so I don't waste any. I know approximately how much I'm gonna use, and I don't want it to go to waste. And I just work it in all over. I put it on top of my eyes as well. I always see people skip their eyelid. and that freaks me out. I mean, this skin is just as thin as this skin, right? We should be giving it just as much attention. Oh my god, it smells so amazing. I'm like getting sleepy because this is my every night routine. Having like a Pavlovian response. Okay, after that,
Pavlovian response. If you guys don't know what that means, she's saying that it gives you, it's like classical conditioning basically. She's having this reaction to the scent of it because she loves it so much. It's putting her in this mood, I guess. So it's interesting to hear someone say that. You guys know I say it all the time. I don't mind fragrance. I really don't if it doesn't bother your skin. If it does bother your skin, by all means, get that out of your skincare routine. But if it doesn't bother your skin and you like to have 1 or 2 products that smell really nice or something that make you feel good, do it. She is not bringing it down to her neck and her chest area. Those are the areas that she needs to focus on eventually. Dove, you need to focus on that too because it will eventually show your age. I know for a fact because I'm older and I experienced that. The other thing I want to point out is, you know, she's putting it on her eyelids, and the reason for that is because your skincare products will travel. So when you put your eye products on, your moisturizer, your serums, all that, you only need to really stick to your orbital bone because your eyes are moving. You're blinking constantly, you're even potentially rubbing your eyes, that kind of stuff. So you're eventually getting all of your skincare products into that area, and you don't want them to irritate your eyes. You know, our eyes can be sensitive. Yes, that skin is really, really thin, and you do want to take care of it. So I would say, Dove, if you care about that thin skin, that delicate skin around your eyes, definitely get rid of those makeup wipes.
I go in with this unbelievable Sturm eye cream. As you guys can tell, I'm a big Barbara Sturm fan. Look, it's like Jello. Can you see it bouncing? No, I'm just being weird. Why am I getting so quiet? It's like an ASMR video now. And I just put it probably like a pretty good amount under my eyes. I'm a big eye cream fan. I don't know how different it is from regular moisturizer, but I enjoy it. It just kind of like reminds me to give my eyes some extra care. And I use this little roller. It's filled with rose quartz. I don't really think the rose quartz does anything, but it is cute. And I do think that the rolling effect helps get the product into the skin. And I'll sometimes even take it up like above my eyebrow, just because that area kind of deserves some extra attention. I really revel in my nighttime routine. Any kind of self-care act, like physical self-care act, I think is so important. I think when people talk about like spending time on taking care of yourself and equating it to vanity and calling vanity a negative thing, I think that that's really misinformed. I think that psychologically, giving yourself that extra time and attention improves your self-esteem, and it improves your relationship with yourself, centers you, you know, makes you feel loved and valued. And I think that that's really important. I think that's really important for your life, and I think that's really important for your mental state. I'm getting lost. This is a therapy session now. We're gonna talk really softly and we're gonna talk about our feelings. So next up, after I've done...
I appreciate that. You guys know I don't think there is really a big difference between eye cream and moisturizer for the most part, unless it's treatment or something like that. Maybe if you go in with like a serum versus a moisturizer, there can be differences obviously, but you don't need. It's not a necessity. If you want to have an eye cream in your skincare routine, great. She said she just likes it. I love that. I love when people just say, I just like it. Cool. Do you? That makes so much more sense. It's more when people are trying to sell me on something that's not true. You know, like when they're trying to sell you on you needing something because it does X, Y, and Z, but it doesn't really. That's when I'm kind of like, I don't really like that. And I love her message. I know that she's kind of like, I'm getting lost in this message and stuff, but honestly, I think it's a beautiful message. It really is. Your self-care, that is self-love. It really is. I think this is the time to really focus on that and to know that you are special. You are somebody that should have that love. When you love yourself, you have the ability to then go out and love everybody else even more. Really, it's absolutely true. I don't mean that you need to be a narcissistic asshole, but you know, you can definitely love yourself and feel good about who you are, because we should. We always really should. Same with that whole rose quartz roller. Is it necessary? No. Do you need to spend that much money on an eye cream? No. Does she like it? Sure. It's not hurting her skin. If you want to put that in and it makes you feel good, you do that.
My moisturizer. I know that people go back and forth on kind of the order of steps, but what works best for me is I will end with straight up vitamin E oil. Now I got this on Amazon, so it actually is mixed with jojoba and avocado oil. but normally I would end with just a straight vitamin E oil because it's super, super intense. You see like a drop on my forehead, drop on my cheeks, a little dot on my nose, dot on my chin. I love to really saturate my skin with oil and product before I go to sleep so I can let it soak in overnight. Like I said in the beginning, I have very dry skin, and the most important thing about taking care of your skin so that you look good longer is moisture. A big thing for me is drinking lots of water, because moisture is not just outside in, I would say it's mostly inside out. So I'll let that sit and do its thing, live its life. And while I do, this is just for me, this isn't really for anybody else. No one's like smelling.
She's talking about order. She's actually going in the correct order. If you do have dry skin, you can absolutely pack on the moisturizer and the oil and all of that. This is the correct order to put this in. So Dove, totally fine. You know, vitamin E is an antioxidant. Is it necessary? I'm actually curious to know where this comes from. I've seen celebrities choose vitamin E specifically for their skincare routines, and I feel like there might be an esthetician out there telling them to do this. It's not bad for your skin. It's not my preference. I think there are better oils out there though than to use something like this one. Are these bad? No, they're not bad for her skin, especially because she has dry skin. It looks like she can obviously handle a lot with her skin, but there are definitely better oils. I'm obsessed with squalane oil. I really like it. I prefer it in my moisturizers. It works beautifully on its own too. I know that you guys will probably notice that she touched the dropper to her skin. I actually wouldn't worry about it. This is an oil-based product, and usually you don't have to worry about oils getting contaminated, not for a while at least. It's not water-based. Water-based is when you really need to watch out, and you have to have the right preservatives and everything, but this is an oil-based product.
I me in my sleep, except for maybe my boyfriend. But I love to put on this Rose Absolute oil just on my wrists. It is very strong, but it just smells unbelievable. I love rose scented things. I love lavender. I love actually gardenia scented things. Oh, lily scented things. Just anything floral. And like a straight essence of it. Bitch. This is the Cora.
I love that she was like, this is for me. This is for me. But one thing I will say about this might be a time when I say don't put something onto your skin. She didn't put it on her face. She put it right here. It's probably fine, but I just want to point out to you guys, this product specifically is meant to be used in like a diffuser or something, not to be put onto your skin. When you are using these essential oils, I do want you to be mindful of that. They're meant to be diluted and used in specific ways. They can be irritating if they're used wrong, so just keep that in mind. She's probably fine.
Love for All Organics Heart Chakra Aromatherapy Oil. I love this stuff. I love to sleep in it. Lastly,
cool. I'm all for aromatherapy, especially these days. She's not putting this on her face. It's meant to be something that she's going to sleep with, and I actually believe in aromatherapy. I feel like it really can calm you. I really do believe that specific scents can it can help you mentally and put you in the right place, depending on what it is that you want to be, where you want to be mentally. Totally fine.
Second to last, I have to moisturize my lips before I go to bed because a bitch is dry. This is the Burt's Bees Hydrating Lip Oil. Again, oil-based. I love some oil. And it looks like a gloss. It's a little extra to go to bed, but it just stays on my lips for ages. So most nights that is where I will end my...
That's a totally nice lip balm. If she's got dry lips, I think the word oil might sound a little bit confusing. It's got hydrating ingredients, it has oil in it, so it actually makes a really nice combination.
Skincare routine. Lately, just since quarantine has started, I've been using this pure avocado oil just on a little brush like this, and I work it into my brows just a little bit to kind of like condition my brows and my lashes. I did not know that we were all supposed to be conditioning our brows and lashes like our hair. I mean, like, it makes sense, right? Like, we condition the hair on our head, moisturize our skin. Why wouldn't we? Why would we skip the lashes and brows, guys? And then if I want to go...
Anything that you want to use that's nourishing for your eyelashes or your brows, that's a great way to go in with it. And you know, it's funny, you'll hear people say they use something like castor oil and their eyelashes and their brows grow faster or stronger or thicker. And truly it's really that they're just conditioning, and maybe their hair needed it. So it's interesting that she pointed that out.
One step further, or I'm feeling like my skin is really, really dry. This is my ultimate beauty hack trick. This is something that I swear by, besides water and sleep, first and foremost, and staying out of the sun. This Lancome.
I actually love that she said that. Water, sleep, staying out of the sun. Perfect. Perfect, Dove. Perfect. What the heck is this about to be, though?
Multi-Action Ultra Lift Double Wrapping Cream Mask. This thing is unbelievable. I'm not affiliated with any of these brands, but I will put this on my face, and I don't know if you can tell, it comes in two. So it just like sits on your face and you sleep in it. Like it will change your life. This one has cream, so it doesn't like drip all over the place. It's not messy. It's really like, it's like suctioning onto your face. I'll put that on and I'll go to sleep, and that's it. That's my whole thing. A lot of the time I'll have like a little melatonin before I go to sleep or some nighttime tea, and I'll put my face mask on and I will stare at the ceiling for another 3 hours because I'm a terrible sleeper. But yeah, that's it. That's my nighttime routine. Thank you so much for getting ready to go to bed with me. I hope that you learned something new from my skincare routine. I love you guys so much. Stay strong, stay kind to yourselves, stay home, and I'll see you guys next time.
Am I the only one who wanted to see what this product looked like on? I wanted to see like what it looked like cream-wise and not serum-wise. It's a sleep mask, so it's totally fine to put on as the last step. And actually her whole routine, Dove, your whole routine was pretty much a good routine. Had you just not used makeup wipes and gone in with a true double cleanse, you'd have been pretty much set. It was a good mix of like high-end products, some natural products, which is totally fine. You said you like them. Works for you. For being so young, you actually have the skincare routine of like an 80-year-old woman, but I totally feel it as far as the steps that you ended up taking. You know, it's just a lot of oils, a lot of creams and stuff. It seems like you're doing a great job because your skin glistens. It's so pretty. When I see you in pictures and stuff, I'm like, that's really pretty skin. One thing I will throw out there is if you do want that skin cell turnover instead of the vitamin C, I'd actually move the vitamin C to your morning routine, and I'd get a vitamin A product in there, a retinol, some kind of a retinoid, which is the general word, the general term for vitamin A products. So that's maybe something I would try to consider. But if you do have dry skin and if it tends to be sensitive, that'd be something. That's a whole other conversation. But I'm very interested in that sleeping mask. It's totally fine to use it. I love the messaging that Dove had in this video. I love the high-low balance in this. I love that she pointed out she's not affiliated with any of these brands. That's always interesting to see because I think we, at this point, just expect it, right? I like that she pointed that out to us. Overall, a pretty good routine. Like I said, it's something that I would expect to see more of like a mature woman have as a routine, but that's fine. It totally is if it's working for her. The only thing I'd like to see is truly for her to properly cleanse her skin. So that was Dove Cameron. I enjoyed watching her skincare routine. I hope you guys did too. If there's anyone you want to see me react to, even outside of Harper's Bazaar, I've been getting a few messages from people saying that they want me to react to others. So let me know. Let me know in the comments. I can try to catch up on some too that I've missed. Find me in our private Facebook group. I'll leave a link below in the description box. I'm on Instagram @SusanYara. Subscribe to my channel, Mixed Makeup, you guys, and I will talk to you soon.